evening, wherever you guys are in the world. This is your New Leaf Life host, Chris Song from New York City. How are you, everyone? Welcome.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. Welcome to the New Leaf of Life with the amazing Chris Song. Chris, you are broadcasting from New York. I know it's evening there, and in different parts of the world is a different time of the day or of the night. And the same way the sun sets on certain experiences, the sun sets on certain hopes. Tell us, what is your story? What you want our listeners to take with them after connecting with you?
Well, to really live life really to the fullest, just to really connect, right? And not just connect themselves, but connect the dots to really to give it all they can. I mean, with our last session, how I went on topic of how I almost died, and with my whole tragedy there, um, I was really given a second chance, as you heard, Marina, last time. And when I was lying in bed there, spared my life, and I had my wife next to me, I really said, I got to use this second chance to really not just live, but really live to serve others too. And my passion to really give back to the children.
I know, Chris, you've been traveling the world, and together with your family and with your wonderful wife, you've been helping other children, and you are creating new possibilities, new opportunities. You are actually the opportunity for other children to have a roof above their head, to have a place they call it home. Tell us more about the second chances, the new leaf of life you bring into the world, and what's happening.
Sure, sure. So I sit on the board of directors of Promise Kids Foundation. It's a wonderful NGO that I'm a part of. I was able to finally visit my child a couple years back. I was sponsoring 3 kids, 2 in Nicaragua and 1 in Cambodia. And my wife and I were able to fly out there to the actual city where they belong, Nicaragua, and really just see how they live and really be grateful for uh, even the basic necessities that we have, that we take for granted. Um, and I was able to meet my child, and his name is Antonio Peralta. And when I met him, it's just I seen brokenness. He calls me Papa, right? They didn't have clothes to wear. Their homes are made of scrap garbage. Their roof is scrap metal. They don't have a hot meal to eat every day. Oftentimes, they make $1 a day, so they can't eat. So when I went to his home, he invited me in his house. I just saw so much brokenness, and I was really able to bring hope to him, uh, not just through money, but through the love of Christ, and really to just um, show him that there are people in the world that care, and yeah, and just really teach him that it's not just the money, right? Eating today, but how he could further educate himself and do the same, replicate.
So I understand that together with your wife, you are building a program which involves delivering actual schools and opening schools, and you created a program thinking of the children you already met and thinking of other children like them who really need people like you to give them a second chance, to give them a new leaf of life. Tell us more.
Sure, sure. So, after seeing this brokenness and seeing, a lot of times they don't even have shoes, right? They're walking around in the dirt. And a lot of these kids, they die of even not having the basic medical needs, right? That we even take for granted. So through this sponsorship program, we were able to really make an impact. But I felt like it needs to go beyond that. We need to educate these children. And that's how my wife and I had the vision to start our own, um, called Solevi, which means only you. And we wanted to build schools, um, first here and then all over the world, to really teach these children not just the grammar and logic, but through the trivium, which is grammar, logic, and rhetoric. In the late 1800s, they got rid of the rhetoric piece. Before that, Plato the Great, he created the three, the trivium, which is grammar, logic, and rhetoric. And that's what all the school systems got rid of. And the rhetoric is, I think, one of the most important pieces, which is to teach these children on how to use the grammar and logic in the world so that they could really, not only um, take care of themselves, but also to give love back, spill back to the world.
So what is the time frame for your project? When do you plan to launch the first school?
So we're trying to launch the first school within the next year, year and a half. And we're currently building a board of directors now as we speak. And we've met some great people along the way, who is in our board, attorneys, teachers, and yeah, our first launch is probably going to be within a year to a year and a half.
Wow, this is, I pause for thought, this is such a grand vision, and I wonder what kind of
Thank you.
support do you need to turn it into a reality, to make it those children's reality.
So we definitely need sponsors. We're going to need sponsors, from all over the world, all walks of life. But more importantly, we need people to partner with us to see the vision, the brokenness, not just in our backyards, but all over the world, and to really give back, even if it's small, even a cup of coffee a day, $1 a day, um, just to give back to the next generation, which is our children.
How important do you think is giving access to education for your local community and for other communities which are perhaps very difficult to imagine how they live, what is their style of life, and how hard it is for them? I mean, what daily life means for them. How how difficult is for you at present to help people help others, simply to open into a new way of looking at life, into a new way of creating a new leaf of life? Because when you are sitting in your home and you are thinking of what you don't have, even other people don't even imagine um, how that would be to have a roof above their head, and you are complaining and you think life is not fair on you. But when you have the chance to understand how hard it is for others, what sort of challenges that they are facing each day. Perhaps that helps you see how much scope, um, how much you already have, and maybe that help you understand that you could spare some of your change or anything that you don't really need to help another.
Sure, sure. The first part would be, you know, in my backyard, in my own backyard, on how the um, the school systems, they need the rhetoric piece, which I mean, even I was talking about a little earlier, before the late 1800s, everyone learned the trivia. All the great thinkers, even Martin Luther King, um, a lot of the great thinkers, Thomas Edison, and the things that they had in common is the rhetoric piece. So I learned that bringing this classical education approach, not only in our own backyards, but everywhere in the world, would really help people piece together not just education, because I feel, the education system today is slowly being broken and ripped apart. But so create, we want to organically create great thinkers, and how they could, again, not giving them a fish, right? But teaching them how to fish, be fishers of men, and make an impact and make it spill over to the rest of the world.
So where could our listeners connect with you, Chris?
Really, it's to partner, through partnerships, to see the value of really investing in the next generation, because we're so consumed with self. We're so busy with the everyday hustle and bustle that we forget to really give back. We feel like we can't make a difference. It's such a grand project, and we often may have good ideas, but we tuck it away aside. But really, to partner with me and the team to really change one child at a time, right? Like Mother Teresa said, if you can't change the world, change one person at a time. And that's, what I believe is to really give back and to change one child at a time. And we can make a huge difference.
Wow, Chris, you never stop to inspire me, and I absolutely, um, I'm absolutely grateful for you sharing your story with our listeners, because it's so much to learn from it, and the way you survive absolute drama, and the way you start your life again, and the way you want to pass that on to pay it forward for the greater good is an amazing journey. And I can't wait to see what's next, what are going to tell us next week, what is going to happen between now and then. And I would love to give our listener the chance to connect with you now and see what's happening next.
Mhm. Yes, the most important thing I would say, the takeaway for today is to, I mean, I was self-centered and selfish, right? Everything was about me, 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 how much more I could consume. But really, through, God and being born again, is really to be selfless, to really invest in others before yourself. And really, you could do big and mighty things.
Until next time, from both of us, is goodbye.
Goodbye, guys.